Let's ride.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Frost-Kalnow Stadium, the site of tonight's matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Lucas Cubs. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos, Connor Roush on the overhead camera. We've got Eric Hall on the sidelines and Austin Rodriguez on the sideline camera. Once again, you're tuned in here on the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. We're about 6 minutes away from the opening kick. First, I'd like to take some time and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here and present this broadcast to you live and paywall-free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. So, partner, Tommy, how's your night off last night?
Oh, it was a nice change of pace, but again, couldn't go too far without escaping some football, as you so generously put Saturday night football on the schedule, as we're here live from Frost-Kalnow Stadium, and I couldn't think of a better place to be than here under the Saturday night lights right here with the A crew here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate, how are you?
Oh, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you once again, live from Frost-Kalnow Stadium, as we get our cameras all set up and ready to go here.
Yeah.
That's better looking at you.
A non-conference matchup between these two squads,
Yes.
but a little bit familiar opponents in the Lucas Cubs coming over here from Lucas. They're 3-2 on the year, just the same as Tiffin Calvert, and both teams trying to find a little bit of their identity here at the midpoint. Early on, Lucas was able to rattle off took some losses to some high-caliber state-ranked opponents, but then the past 2 weeks have taken on some teams looking to get on the right side of the win column, and Lucas has been on a 2-game winning streak, but they're still trying to figure out who they really are underneath this new coach, Jim Sweat, after Scott Spittler took off last year in 2023 after finishing up 8-4 with the Cubs.
So a 3-2 Lucas team riding a 2-game winning streak. These Calvert Senecas coming off a loss to the Gibsonburg Golden Bears on the road, coming back home here tonight for this one on Saturday Night Lights here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. It's always a unique atmosphere here for Saturday football. And, you know, these Calvert faithful, they come out, they pack the stands. Even if there's a Buckeyes game, they don't care. They're going to come out and support their Royal Blue.
Well, I seen last night on Facebook, it's actually Coach Linto's wife's birthday. And he said, come on, boys, let's get her a big birthday present win tonight here.
Woo!
See Coach Linto on the screen there right now, getting ready.
Again, nothing lost on both these head coaches, as Mike Linto making his first year appearance as the head coach of the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. That's no different than Mr. Jim Sweat over there on the Lucas sideline. 103-69 was the Scott Spittler's record at Lucas from 2009 to 2023. Pretty dang impressive. There's a standard set there by Lucas, and Lucas this season is trying to live up to that. Same thing goes for Tiffin Calvert. You're talking about a squad who, again, is a playoff perennial, and Coach Mike Linto. This is such a huge, important game for both these squads here tonight.
Absolutely, Tommy. And you talk about this. Both these teams have a commonality here between the two of them. Their record, the record of the opponents that they've lost to so far this season, Tommy, 10-2. Both opponents. They both lost to a 6-0 team. They both lost to a 4-2 team. And I think both of these teams feel like they have something to prove, Tommy. You said it yourself. They're still trying to figure out who they are. The Cubs same can be said with these Senecas. I feel like through 5 games, we're still trying to figure out what their strengths are. I think obviously they have a strong running game and they want to lean on that, but they want to get the ball down the field. It's obvious they're trying to stretch the field so they can open up that box a little bit. They're tired of seeing those eight guys in the box. They don't give Cal a little bit more room to run. So it would be nice to get that passing game opened up a little bit, but I think you're going to see a heavy dose of the run game here tonight.
Yeah, this offense really needs to start clicking and getting underway as we are past the midseason, especially if you want to make a deep playoff run. But like I said, like we talked about all night, this is such a mirror matchup between both these squads. You talk about the loss of graduation for Calvert. What about on the Lucas side of thing? 4 All-Ohioans lost to graduation, including first-teamer Braden Spittler after last season.
Tiffin Calvert had quite a few losses themselves. You talk about, obviously, Harrison Schultz, Jacob Rumback. They had a lot of other players on that team, Lucas Recker, a lot of guys who made significant impacts. And, you know, you talk about this Calvert team this year, there's a lot of young kids that are trying to make an impression on the coaching staff going forward. And these guys are getting some opportunities. You know, some of these younger kids are getting opportunities to get out there and play with some of the older guys, maybe getting worn down from being out there playing both ways, Tommy. So you got to be ready. When your number's called, you got to be ready for your opportunity.
Freshman signal caller and QB Tucker Coleman, but also, you know, first-year coach Mike Lento for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. You know, he coming over from Lakota for those past 7 seasons. This Calvert squad, for an opening campaign by a head coach and also with a young signal caller, to be sitting at 3-2 in this predicament ain't too bad of a situation to be in. Because again, you know, if you can dispatch the Lucas Cubs here tonight, Greg, I really feel Calvert looks at a favorable schedule to close out the season up to that Week 10 matchup against Hopewell Loudon. So again,
yeah, I definitely feel like this one could be a big momentum shifter here midway through the season. The outcome of this game can swing things for the second half of the season, no doubt about it.
Speaking of the way things are swinging, the weather's been a little bipolar here as rain on and off. Is Eric Hall down there on the sideline? Can he give us a little what for on the weather?
We'll have to check in with him here in just a moment. We'll check in on him on the weather report periodically throughout this one. But we have a full crowd of cheerleaders in between him and his microphone antenna, so I'm imagining it's going to be a little difficult to get him on the call here tonight. But once again, we're just about ready for kickoff. The Lucas Cubs will receive the opening kickoff. So Cameron Lucius will kick it off for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. Senecas did win the toss, but they decided to defer. Your officials lineup card for tonight: referee Michael Reinhart, umpire John Hanna, linesman Mark Roth, line judge Mike Shetterly, and the back judge is Jeff Brooks. We're underway here, Frost-Kalnow Stadium, and this is a short kick fielded at the 35-yard line. Return man falls on top of it, and that's where the Cubs will take over their first offensive possession of the game.
And as we get ready for this first possession of the game, Greg, let's go ahead and do our player spotlight on this Lucas Cubs squad presented by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink. Can't thank STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink enough for sponsoring us, but these Lucas Cubs, as we talked about, better than your average Bear. Through these 6 games, the Cubs started the 24 campaign, 48-12 win over a school in Pennsylvania.
We'll come back to that here in a second. We want to catch the play there.
These Cubs are quick to the line.
But then Lucas, they lost those next 2 games to teams that are combined 9-1 right now before these consecutive wins, beating Warrensville Height and Willard 49-19 last week. But those teams, again, they're struggling in the win column as well.
Yeah. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Ball marked at the 40-yard line. Wing T look here from the Lucas Cubs. Quarterback under center. They're going to pitch it to the wing back. And he's going to be tripped up just shy of the first down at the 44-yard line. Carter Cox on the carry, freshman. Was that Cox or was that Anthony Fasello? Thought that was 5 on the pitch there.
It was.
So Anthony Fasello on the carry picks up about 4. 2 yards to go here. Third down coming up for the Cubs. Ball at the 44-yard line. Tight formation once again. And they're going to pitch it to the wingback. He's going to be stood up right at the 45, but that pile is going to push him forward to the first down marker.
And Calvert showing about 10 in the box there, Nate. Nothing fooling as Cubs able to convert, though, for a huge first down. These Senecas are going to need some pressure and penetration early on.
Now, Tommy, do you think it does the Senecas any good to have faced the Gibsonburg Golden Bears last week? Very similar offensive style. Not exactly the same, but very similar in their deceptive ways behind the line of scrimmage, trying to confuse who has the ball. You think this is beneficial for the Senecas to have that back-to-back look?
A little bit, but I don't think anybody walks away 100% from facing the Gibsonburg Golden Bears.
Yeah.
So it's a bounce-back game, if ever needed, here by the Calvert Senecas.
All right, once again, they're going to pitch it to Finello. That's Anthony Finello on the carry. Picks up 2 down to the 48-yard line. And it'll be second down and 8. All timeouts tonight brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We'll talk keys to the game here in just a minute, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. All trips inside the red zone brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Our player spotlight brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Stick around for the halftime show where we'll have our marching band performance presented by FORTE Music. Quarterback under center. A quick pitch. Now they get it to Finello, and he is going to be dragged down the last line of defense there. Carter Cook probably saved a touchdown.
Oh, absolutely. As that little reverse toss there really caught the Senecas on their heels. What a nice little dump off there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at this again here on the National Machinery replay.
It's like a little option there. Just hand it off on the inside.
Under center.
Nice disguised run.
Quick pitch to the right. And this time, short gain on the carry by number 45, Brady Gugold. Gugold, maybe. Guegold.
And we talk about playing a full 48 minutes here, Nate. That's where Calvert struggled on the road against Gibsonburg. They weren't able to match up the entire 48 minutes against that potent run offense, and
Offense just wore him down in that game.
And the Cubs aren't going to shy away from that attack as well. As this time a rollout by the quarterback. He's just going to surrender himself to the ground.
It's got to be working because
Cal Warnament
yeah,
comes in, bringing the pressure.
Great job there for us on a 3rd and long.
And that's Warnament just read that one all the way, Tommy. He was there in the quarterback's face right away. And these Lucas Cubs don't throw the ball very often.
But they lose 8 yards on that?
Yeah.
They just went from 2nd and 8 to 3rd and 16.
Well, and I don't think this offense has a whole lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 15. Ball at the 40-yard line. 3rd down. Quick pitch to the wingback. It's going to be upended right around the 37-yard line. Well short of the first down.
He gets some yards, though, so this makes it an interesting play call here on 4th down, Nate.
It'll be 4th and long here.
It's just interesting because of the spot on the field here. It's kind of like, what do you do?
I think if on that run you get about 3 or 4 more yards, Greggy, that really influences your decision as 4-down territory. But in this situation, we're going to see if they keep the offense out there. And they do, as Grover comes back up to the huddle.
So what do you dial up here, needing 12 yards for the first down?
The moxie of the the Cubs here.
Quarterback rolls to the left, looking. He's going to have to take off and run with it. And he's going to be brought down well short of the first down at about the 31-yard line. Nice stop by that defense.
And a huge turnover created by the Senecas. They're in the first stanza of action here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium.
Carter Cook in on the stop, as well as I think Ethan Bogger was in there, and Cameron Moyer. A horde of Senecas brings down the ball carrier.
Well, turnover on downs here for this offense, Nate, as QB Tucker Coleman comes out for the first series of action for the Senecas.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Senecas come out in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers on the field, 2 tight ends. Coleman takes the snap. Handoff, left side. Warnament trying to find some running room, but he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll give him forward progress back to the line, so no gain on the play.
I was going to say, it looked like about a loss of 2 maybe, but this offense continues to struggle here, Greg.
I know this has been, last week they went scoreless. The week before that, they put up 28 on Lakota. But, St. Paul, they only put up 10 points. Monroeville, they only put up 9. They need to get some points on the board here tonight. Second down and long. They're going to hand off, and this is Warnament on the carry, and he's going to be brought down right about the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's talk about that team spotlight here for the Senecas. Their offensive woes have continued as they still are looking to score. Through 6 games, 0 points scored by the Senecas and a 10-0 loss to Gibsonburg last week. That's 3 times this year that Calvert has scored 10 or less points. At the midway point and in the ground and on the air, you see kind of the numbers there. Tucker Coleman and Cal Warnament really taking over this offense.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some issues with Eric's mic tonight. I can tell already. Every once in a while, I get him, and then it just completely disappears. It's all the cheerleaders in between him and us.
They're going to throw a flag on that.
What was that, Eric?
I've had my back.
Yeah.
Yep, see, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to have some issues tonight.
He said, I've had my back. What?
Well, now, with the penalty, the Senecas are going to face the 3rd and 14, which on the Cubs on their opening possession also faced the 3rd and 14, unable to convert, leading to that 4th down play, which ultimately ended with a Tiffin Calvert turnover.
3 receivers on the field, 1 man in the backfield, tight end on the left side of the formation. Coleman in the shotgun takes the snap. Looking left side, slings it over the middle, has it complete to his receiver, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 39. They needed to get it to the 41 to convert.
Well, what a tremendous job by the freshman. As you saw the 4-4 zone coverage there, he just found the soft spot there in the open field, and man, unable to convert by a huge 4th and 2. They're going to punt it here. You got to.
Yeah, you have to.
Gotta play that field position. Your defense have proved already that they can stop that offense. So, yeah, punt the ball away.
We've seen special teams pay dividends for these Calvert Senecas in weeks past.
Lucas Stoltz gets this one away. High punt, fair caught at the 25-yard line. And number 44, Bobby Grover, senior quarterback, fair catches it, and the Lucas Cubs will take over at the 25. No damage done on that drive, 3 and out.
If I was Carter Wolf, I would have came up to him and said, you heard the footsteps.
What a number for a quarterback, 44.
That's right.
Old Grover.
It's not the footsteps, Tommy.
Heard the footsteps.
That's classic. Ever drop a ball because you heard the footsteps?
We'll see what the Cubs can do in this opening drive or opening possession.
They're going to hand off. And this is a short game. Just a couple, up to the 27-yard line.
Senecas were able to create a turnover on the Cubs' opening drive after a huge sack put the Cubs in a down and distance situation. You need a little bit more of that. Get them in a precarious position where that run game really doesn't become so influential when you're facing a 3rd and 14.
2nd down and 8. Double reverse here, and this time the defense is a little bit more prepared for it.
Look at Carter Wolf coming in from the backside, chasing that through the gap and being able to come up with the tackle from behind.
I don't know if that's a double. That's just more of a double pitch there. As they pitch it to one wing back, he goes through the hole and then pitches it to the other one. So 3rd down and 4 coming up. Let's see if we can check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, here after this play. Get you an update on the weather situation. Grover, little pitch to the running back, stood up and driven backwards. They do get a yard, but they're going to be well short of the 1st down.
And that was a good call to punt on that opening drive by the Senecas, because now after you flip the field, Lucas unable to make anything happen there. Now going to be forced to punt themselves.
Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. Eric, so how's it going down there? Hey, you're looking pretty good, man. That camera makes you look a lot better.
We ain't not going to get a camera.
Yeah, we got the camera. We got it.
We got the camera, we don't got the sound. That's what we're not getting.
The punt is away. DeMoss fields it at the 39-yard line. Yeah, I saw you move over, and then I saw the cheerleaders move over, too. So, all right, Eric, what's the weather like down there today, man?
Well, it was making us nervous earlier, but I think we're going to get past the rain. We had a few drizzles, but with 71 degrees, we got a little light breeze down here. Feels good.
Hey, is that Seneca
we might luck out.
Is that Seneca Sioux behind you?
Hell yeah.
Seneca Sioux. I heard you got a present for Seneca Sioux tonight.
Yeah. We got some shirts to throw out here, too. You'll do that in the first quarter here?
Yeah, why not? We'll send it down to you here in just a minute and see if you got that gift for Seneca Sioux.
I'm sure these students are ready for some shirts.
All right, sounds good. Once again, our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. Flag on the play, probably some kind of a motion penalty here. Could be offsides.
It's never good.
So it was right as soon as the ball was snapped. That'll be, looks like an illegal shift or a false start.
Good officiating crew here tonight, a wealth of experience between them.
Now, Eric says that he has a special gift for Seneca Sioux tonight, as STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. gifted us something pretty special last year, and we couldn't figure out who to give it to. It's like one of those things where it's like, man, this is really cool. Who does this go to? And he said something about Seneca Sioux. I'm like, that is the rightful owner of that gift. She needs to receive that gift.
So we ended up having a false start there, backed him up 5 yards. It's not the direction you want to be going in as Seneca's offense.
There you go.
1st and 15. Ball pushed back to the 40. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers set. Tucker Coleman. He's going to hand off. And I believe that's Cal Warneman on the carry up to the 44-yard line. Picks up some of those penalty yards back.
I believe a rating called L on the stop. And I tell you what, Nate, if you're going to challenge these linebackers, you're talking about 2 linebackers there in that core that got first team All-Ohio honors for the Lucas Cubs. And so if Calvert challenges that A-gap and continues to pound it up towards the secondary, challenge those linebackers, they're not seeing it coming.
That's right. A diamond set on the right side of the formation. 5 receivers, empty backfield for Coleman. Slings it right side, completes it to the receiver. Receiver has it, and he's got some open room, and he is gone. 20, 15, 10, 5, and no! They're going to say he did make it into the end zone.
No. I think old boy caught him.
Dan Hawkinsmith.
Again, the first team All-Ohio win that we talked about. What a chase down, but they're going to call the touchdown. Holy.
Wow, yeah.
Toledo, Greg, you got a replay on that?
I'm going to see if we grab that one or not. But wow, that was close.
I'm thinking he's down at about the 1.
I thought his knee hit, yeah.
That play, they've been trying to get that play to hit for a long time.
Slipped right there and there. Makes 2 guys missing. Look, the big man chased him down.
John Schumacher.
See, right there. It looked like his left knee.
Yeah, I don't know. That looked pretty close to me. But Hawkinsmith down on the play in the end zone. That's not what you want to see if you're Lucas.
Oh, no. I did not see that, Greg.
Yeah,
as at the end of the play, I think he must have got hurt, maybe rolled up on himself. I don't know what happened. Hopefully he's okay. Maybe just the wind knocked out of him or something.
Yeah, the senior.
Man, he gave it everything to get down
Dan
there.
Absolutely.
That first team, Division 7 All-Ohio second team pick at linebacker last fall. A huge part of this Cubs defense.
As you see, Austin Rodriguez down there on the sideline doing a great job with our sideline camera tonight. 2 different camera perspectives here tonight because we have our 2 camera operators on the same crew tonight. Connor doing an excellent job up top as well. As Connor catching her in the shot right there. That's so cool. That's a great shot right there. Carter Cook getting some instructions from the coaching staff.
Talking to the coach about what he's seeing, what's going on out there and whatnot. That's good news there. Looks young man's up walking on his own over there.
Great to see.
Not even a discussion about the touchdown. It stays.
There's no reviews.
Senecas on top 6-0. Chance to tack on the extra point, which, believe me, at this level becomes all that important.
It's not a guarantee. And the extra point attempt is up, and it's through. Senecas tack on the extra point. They lead 7-0 with 1:03 left here in the first quarter. And do we have our sideline reporter, Eric Hall? Maybe he's got a special gift that he wants to give away to Seneca Sioux down there on the sideline. Let's see if we can set that up sometime here in the next couple minutes here. But Tommy, that touchdown play, just walk us through that. Like that diamond set on the right side. You've seen that a few times this year, but defenses have been all over it. What made that successful that time? Was it the blocking?
I was groaning as we talk about those throws right behind the sticks. Never really equate to much for the Calvert Senecas. But on a 2nd and 12, to be caught sleeping on that screen, you're expecting anything but something thrown to the flat there, Nate. So I believe that was a great call. You had all the blockers in place, but being able to spring it off the edge there and have nobody in your rearview mirror, well, besides Dan Hawkinsmith. But what a tremendous play to catch the Cubs sleeping and be able to put points on the board, which the Senecas desperately have needed over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, had all the makings for a big play there. Like you said, Tommy, great blocking, and then he made a couple men miss on his own, too, on the way to the end zone.
That's all it takes. When you're in the open field, you got to be a man.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story.
And that was a grown man run right there by John Schumacher after the catch. And a high kick. Boom! Ooh, the return man is drilled on the reception.
Oh, he held on.
But he didn't call fair catch, so, hey, it's fair game, I guess.
As Charlie Reed.
We got a replay on that? Good
See if I caught
Lord.
that one there.
Anybody catch the license plate on that?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to set
Just right after that time,
You're going to set the Cubs up with great field position to start this drive, but what a hit on the return of the Senecas with 7-0 lead. I know you're just trying to catch teams sleeping, but you got to have a little bit more.
They're just trying to ride that momentum there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, have your senses about you a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have our sideline thing set up here? Are we planning on doing that anytime soon? Eric says, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Nice
Quick
run there.
pitch out.
Nice little run there. Number 45, Brady Googled on the carry. I hope I'm saying that right.
Googled.
All right, now, after this play, we'll send it down to the sideline.
That is how you say it. I Googled it.
Second down and 4. Quick pitch. Googled once again on the carry, but this time defense right there to make the stop after just a yard gain. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's standing by right now with Seneca Sioux. We got a little something special going on down there on the sidelines.
She's got a game to cheer for.
That's all right. Well, we'll give her something special to cheer with the game, huh?
Yeah.
We're about to break.
To make this a little,
Oh, no, we lost it.
we have a little Heart of Ohio Sports cowbell.
He said, I love it. There you go.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, folks. Well,
Bleacher Creature shirt to match. So we've had this for about a year. Trying to figure out who to give it to. It's yours.
what a
Seneca
great
Sioux, the
segment.
recipient of the Heart of Ohio Sports cowbell. Hey, we could always use a little more cowbell.
That's right.
As we can't thank STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink enough for making that little gimmick for us.
We're going to step aside, take a timeout. That's
We'll
the
do
end of the first quarter.
We'll do short
Do
commercials
a
here
quick
since we
step
kinda
aside.
talked over that, yeah.
But we'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Third down carry
to begin the second quarter of action, and it looks like it's gonna be short.
Just short. About a half a yard short. Actually, they'll mark it a yard short, right at the 49. So they need to get past midfield to convert here. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
I like it.
I do too. Fourth down.
Now, is it Coach Sweat or Sweet? It's spelled Sweat, I believe.
I would think it's
first-year coach for the Lucas Cubs.
No sweating down there for this call. And they're going to hand it off to the running back, who is stopped, stood up, and driven backwards, and he did not get the first down.
Wow.
What a stop by that Calvert defense.
I got to see if we caught that. Yeah, that was incredible.
It was that Wolf and Schumacher.
Logan DeMoss in on the stop. Schumacher in there as well.
I mean, that's what you want. You want multiple blue helmets in there.
Carter Wolf coming out with battle scars. But that's what you needed there. Tiffin Calvert comes up with the fourth down stop.
It's Luke Van Dett. Makes his way onto the field.
And I got a little different look here. Throw to the right side, complete to the receiver. Once again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That one good to Xavier Kimmett. And Logan DeMoss. A little extra flavor at the end of that block.
Well, this is what was exactly what Calvert was struggling with the last few weeks, being able to create turnovers. What happens on third down? What happens on fourth down? The Senecas, 2 turnovers tonight. Turnover on downs as the Senecas now look to capitalize after scoring on their last drive.
2nd and 4. Coleman in the shotgun. 4 receivers set. They hand off to Warnament. Up the middle, breaks a tackle, bounces off a defender.
Wow.
And spins forward to the 36-yard line for his Seneca's first down. And that's what you want, Tommy. Stay out of those third down situations. And if you're going to be in third down, make it 3rd and short for your freshman quarterback.
I tell you what, though, I think I could get me about 8 yards following old Badgett.
Oh, Cameron Bagent is a beast up front.
Yeah. I watched him just get up to the second level, clean up the linebackers, and he was still looking for victims.
Yeah. Coleman in the shotgun, takes the snap, fake the handoff, sling it left side, complete to Logan DeMoss, and he breaks a tackle, but he's tripped up just past the 25.
I think if you're the Lucas Cubs, when you play a team like Tiffin Calvert, who you know has a little bit of youth and inexperience, what you do against them, you dial up the pressure against them. I see how far back Lucas is playing off the ball. They're waiting for the play to develop. They're waiting to see where Calvert's looking at, to which way they're going to run the play to. And you can't do that if you're the Cubs. You got to make that read quicker. You got to be aggressive. You got to make a play on the ball right from rip. We'll see here again if the Senecas have all the time in the world to let this develop. But you'll see here, Greg, look at how laps they play off the ball.
Handoff. And Warnament. No gain on the play. Up to the 22. Second down coming up.
Sometimes as an offense, you know, that reading the defense like that tells you all you need to know. It ain't any different than when you're on the defensive side of the ball. If a lineman are light on their fingers, guess what? You know they're probably going to be in pass protection.
Yep.
It's just little things you got to look for.
So I hope old Josh Morgan ain't out here talking Connor's ear off because he's going to be on our stream. Got the mic on out there.
Well, these Senecas continuing to drive here late into the second quarter.
Coleman, handoff, Warnament. And short gain. Give him about 4 inside the 20, so inside the Benchwarmers red zone now for this third down coming up here. First trip by either team inside the red zone.
You know, most teams decide to dial it up as they head into the Benchwarmers red zone. When I'm heading into the Benchwarmers red zone, I hear that, I'm dialing up Benchwarmers.
That's right.
I tell you what, Nate, some of the things that they have there on that menu for the burger-wise, you can get yourself a single, you can get yourself the double, you can get yourself the triple play. Man, you can just continue to stack there.
Hey, you can get a home run if you want, man. That's where it's at.
Oh, yeah?
Give me 4 patties.
4 patties!
Let's sling it to the right side. And he's going to be short of the first. Xavier Kimmett on the reception there.
Brady Anschultz, he brings all the beef with those 4 patties to try to stop that first down, that conversion from happening. As now the Senecas face a fourth and 1.
Yes, I don't know about 4 patties, but they're going to use all 4 downs.
That's right.
All the pickles on the lettuce.
And 4 receivers on the field. 1 man in the backfield. Tucker Coleman stands in the shotgun. Trying to see if they can get the defense to jump.
They almost got him to jump on the last play.
And wisely, Lento decides, hey, let's talk this one over, hey?
Think they might attempt to boot it here?
I don't know.
It's just 1 yard,
You're
man.
looking at probably about a 30-yard field goal from here.
Well, that's a discussion that Coach Lento and his team's going to take as this timeout presented by First National Bank of Sycamore, as all timeouts are. But we also want to thank our other sponsors, Nate.
Absolutely. Let's thank our sponsors, including XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, there's still plenty of room on that list. If you want to get your name added to that list, give us a call, shoot us a message on Facebook, send us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com, or there's a contact form on our website, heartofohiosports.com. Fill out the contact form, tell us, hey, how do I sponsor? We'll get back with you with rates. We'd love to add you to the winning team here on Heart of Ohio Sports. 4th down and 2. They keep the offense on the field. Coleman's low snap, gets it. Handoff up the middle. And inside the 5-yard line. I believe that's Cal Warneman on the carry. And it's going to be 1st and goal. Tiffin Calvert at the 4-yard line. What was that, Eric? You cut in and then you cut out.
Man.
It's like every time you try to talk, it cuts out.
Just 4 yards away from pay dirt here, guys.
All right, handoff up the middle. Ornament tripped up in the air.
Did a little hop number there.
Again, when I seen that coming in like an orange missile, I knew that was Hawkinsmith there to try to make the stop.
We have Seneca down on the field right now. As
like one of the Moyers.
I think that's Cameron Moyer down on the field right now. Hopefully that's
So how can you tell
nothing
what it is?
major.
You see his number or something?
Yeah. Hopefully that's nothing major there with Cam. But it'll be 2nd down and goal. They'll have it at the 2-yard line when we come back. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency, providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink.
And welcome back to Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Senecas have the ball, second and goal, as Cameron Moyer able to make it off the field on his own power, although very gingerly. Second and goal, shotgun, handoff, Warnament follows his blocks and into the end zone, touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Cal Warnament plunges in from 2 yards out, and the Senecas take a 13-0 lead with 7 minutes left here in the first half.
What a block by Nolan Lee, though.
I was just about to say, man.
You saw the linebacker. He knew where that play was going, right to the A-gap. Didn't shy away from the assignment. Met the ball carrier head on, but watch Nolan Lee here, though. That's the thing that makes the difference. He put a hat on a hat here, right up to the A-gap, and it allows the ball carrier Warnament to get in there unscathed. And
look at that block.
Doesn't
he look like a blocking back, Greggy? The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And the Senecas on top 14-0. 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. The Cubs are shocked here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium.
Well, these Senecas, this is exactly what you need. You need to play a full 48 minutes. That's what we've talked about from the get-go with these Senecas over the past couple weeks. Nice first 24 minutes of action, but you can't turn back into a pumpkin after the first half. Yeah, come out there and continue to roll and continue to put your foot on the pedal. But these Lucas Cubs, they need to get awake here in the late part of the second quarter.
Another successful trip inside the Benchwarmers red zone. And I thought I remember Eric saying something about he had a successful trip to Benchwarmers before the game tonight. Eric, what was that about?
Back deep for the Cubs. And shuts.
Too full to talk.
And number 21.
Indigestion, huh?
No, I couldn't hear you.
I said you had a successful trip to Benchwarmers
before
right?
the game.
Yeah.
And had the jalapeno popper grilled cheese.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
What's the review? 5 stars?
5 stars. It's delicious. It's like a cream cheese spread almost with bacon in it, and then a piece of American cheese grilled. It's delicious. I only ate half of it, and I put the other half cut in 3 pieces right behind you in that green bag. If you guys want to try that jalapeno popper grilled cheese.
Ooh, what a tackle at the 25-yard line. Big time stop. As I think that was Logan DeMoss on the stop there. Actually, no, I think it was Max Griffin.
See if we can look at the replay here, see if we can catch the number on it.
Max Griffin on the tackle for Tiffin Calvert.
That used to be my taunt, too, after the tackle. Show the midriff.
Boom! Just comes in and cuts him right down there at the 25.
No, I don't think that was Max Griffin on the tackle. I think it was somebody else. He was standing there watching the tackle. Yeah. Shotgun formation here for the Cubs. 2 wide receivers set. They're going to hand it off to Googold up the middle. And a short gain, maybe a couple up to the 28-yard line. Tommy, I really do feel like the Senecas having that look at the Gibsonburg offense last week really has done them some favors defensively this week. Because, man, they're reading their keys pretty well here tonight so far.
Yeah, that's the thing that I noticed is they're kind of not even in a dime or nickel look. They're just kind of sitting there in that 4-4 and not needing to be spread out.
We got 8 in a box here for the Senecas.
Look at that read, though.
Great read on that one. As who is that? Number 27. That's Cal Warnament.
So many black jerseys there.
A few times, Cal Warnament, he's just been making his presence known in the backfield.
Well, and he just set the edge on that one, Tommy, and just absolutely destroyed the ball carrier.
Now another 3rd and 10. Might as well be 3rd and a mile with the way these Senecas defense have really pinned their ears back here in the early onset of this one.
And we talked with him as he was player of the game a few weeks ago about how his play on defense really helps get his offensive play going.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Quarterback rolls to the right, and it's picked off. Intercepted by the Senecas. I believe that was Xavier Kimmett on the interception.
So number 6,
Xavier Kimmett.
Well, the Senecas decide to bring the pressure on that one, Nate. The linebacker comes through unguarded, forcing the quarterback to roll out of the pocket a little, kind of hurried that one up a little bit quicker than he wanted to get out. But you'll see Grover on the run. Red Grover, send that ball back over to Xavier Kappas.
Stepped right in front of that one.
And Xavier Kimmett steps in front and picks that one
Kappas,
off.
how old am I?
Showing your age, Tommy. Got a flag thrown here, as I believe it's going to be a false start against the receiver. I think they're going to call it against Schumacher, as he might have given a little twitch while he was already set. I'm not sure what the call was. It was quick. He was really quick with that flag, man.
Yeah.
Of course, once again, we're here back-to-back nights here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Last night we were here for Sandusky versus Columbian as the Blue Streaks upended the Tornadoes here at home on homecoming night, 41-13.
That second half, man, they just ran away with that one.
Coleman, pump fakes. Now looking down the right side, got a man wide open. Kimmett, 10-5, touchdown, Tiffin Calvert.
Wow.
Boy, he had that defense bit all the way with that pump fake, and Kimmett was wide open down the right sideline.
I mean, that pump fake was ugly as a mud fence. But I tell you what, that's what got it to bite is you see it here. It almost looked like Coleman was unsure of what he was going to do. Flushed out, almost looked like he was almost flushed out of the pocket. But after that first pump fake, just tossing it.
I tell you what, guys, you guys didn't see it, but I was watching both cameras at the same time there. And on the sideline camera, the kid on this side just pointed straight down the sideline. He just pointed straight at the guy that was wide open. He called it. He called it as soon as he launched the ball. He's like, look, he's right down there. He's wide open.
Extra point is up. It is good. Senecas on top 21-0 over the Lucas Cubs. 5:26 left to play here in the first half. And Tommy, I tell you what, Tucker Coleman, 2 first half passing touchdowns.
Yeah, night and day difference. Jekyll and Hyde for this Calvert offense from the one that we've been calling over the past couple weeks. But here's the thing, too, is, again, no lead is safe, especially against this Lucas Cubs team, who now they're faced with a choice here, Greg. They're going to either give in to the hype of what they created for the Senecas there on offense, or they can go ahead and battle back and decide to nip this one in the bud and try to cut away at this deficit. A 21-point lead, you got to stop the bleeding here quick.
That's absolutely right. And I don't think the most they've given up all year, Tommy, is 26. So, and that's to a 6-0 Hillsdale team.
Yeah.
And outside that Mohawk game, is this the how often has Calvert scored over 20 points this season?
Exactly. I think it's only happened one other time.
Yeah, 28 points in that
Lakota.
win.
Well, when we talk about the Cubs not being down and out, they've scored over 40 points twice this season, right?
Exactly.
So they can put up points.
Yeah, and then an instant offense, too. An instant offense, that is exactly what Tiffin Calvert had for breakfast this morning, guys. That coordination instant offense with Tucker Coleman.
So say, don't they usually do a nice
say,
Saturday breakfast?
Actually, Isaac told me it was eggs, bacon, mostly protein this morning. I said, no sausage gravy? He said, Dad, we got a game today. Come on.
He forgot to list off the instant offense that they had.
The lineman got the sausage gravy.
Fielded at the 28-yard line. Return man brings it up to the 40 before he's cut down there. So 5:20 left to play here in the first half, and the Cubs, really, they got to get some points on the board here, Tommy, because Senecas will get the ball at first after halftime.
That's a great point, Nate.
Really got to get some points on the board.
Especially when you're a wishbone type offense, wing tee type offense.
Like I said, I don't think there's a whole lot of plays in the playbook for long-distance situations. They're going to blow that one dead.
I was going to say that, and that's offense by design is not meant to play from behind.
No, it's not. It really is not. That's the hardest part about running this kind of offense is when you're ahead, boy, it's fun to run this offense. But when you're behind, it's like...
When they got down and set there, I think they drew them off sides and made the defense jump just from them getting set so hard.
Yeah.
I know Calvert started that last drive with the penalty, but they've been trying to shore that up a little bit.
I think that was freshman Ethan Bogger there on the left side, getting caught for the infraction.
Double reverse again.
And they're going to wrap up the ball carrier close to the first down marker. It'll be 2nd down and 2 coming up. 3-yard gain. Carter Cook on the stop.
I think Carter Cook, he's taken his fair share of criticism over the last few weeks. Does such a tremendous job defensively, but I think he's been unheralded this week on his being able to snap the ball. He's really gotten that under control over the last few weeks as opposed to what we've seen previously.
Absolutely. Quick handoff to the up back.
And that's Hawkinsmith.
Yeah,
He
I'll
just
tell you
decided,
what.
I'm just going to take control of this one.
That was a bruising run right there. A little reminiscent of Mike Allstott there.
Because when did he get the ball last?
Yeah, I don't remember the last time he carried the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
He's probably, you know what?
Let me eat. Where did Jeff Hammer get that banana Laffy Taffy flavor colored shirt?
Bunch.
And that is pitch out to the right for Googold, and he's going to be chopped down right at the line of scrimmage. Defense is all over that one, man. They're not falling for that little pitch, Tommy. And a offensive player down on the field.
It's not even whether or not you fall for it or not. I felt like the Cubs had the blocks there. And they still weren't able to really get anything. It's hard to find that edge.
Injured player down on the field. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Welcome back to Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Inside of 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Lucas Cubs have it. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. And this one, Hawkinsmith on the carry.
He pushed ahead for about 6-7 yards.
Pushes the pile up to the 37-yard line. 3rd down coming up here for the Cubs. But a manageable 3rd and 4.
You know, again, you're on the ropes. You're trying to punch out of the corner. I think this is what you call one of those statement-type drives where you're just trying to get ahead. Here with Hawkinsmith trying to take control as the ball carrier. Once again.
Handoff, Hawkinsmith up the middle. Breaks through the initial line into the second level. And he'll be brought down just past the first down marker at the 31. First down, Cubs. inside of 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Got some t-shirts to throw out here in the first half. We want to make sure we get to those before we head to the locker room, so we'll toss it down to our sideline reporter here in just a minute. And Hawkinsmith is just bruising his way forward for a couple yards there.
Just using them like a big old wrecking ball there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a.
And who's that remind you of? Remember the last time we covered this Lucas Cubs team? Didn't they have a short, stocky guy just like Zane Finley?
Spark plug? I might have heard his name.
Is that spark plug for that team? I don't know. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that guy. Short, stocky, kind of powder cannonball.
Like speedy and powerful.
Yeah, I think his little brother Zell is a bruising back in the junior high for the Cubs.
Quick pitch to the right for Hawkinsmith.
Trying to get him some momentum going there.
And defense there to make the stop, but he does pick up 4 up to the 26-yard line.
Reminds you of the juggernaut or something back there. You don't want to let him get momentum build up and get going.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 5, we'll see if the Senecas can get in your head, Charles.
1:40 to play here in the second quarter. 3rd down and 4. That's a false start on half the offensive line there. Like the whole right side of the offense just leaned forward before the ball was snapped.
No, the problem with that, now you've just created a down and distance situation again. 3rd and long now.
Well, now you can't just hand it to your fullback.
I mean, why not?
Well, I mean, you can.
I mean, yeah,
if you're picking up 5 yards at a time,
and in this part of the field, this is 4 down territory.
I agree. I was just about to say that, Greg. Great point. And you're going to see it right here. Another dose. No.
Oh, trickery.
Quarterback looking to throw it over the middle and nobody home. As pressure was in his face right away.
So what do you call that, Tommy planting taters?
That's exactly what that was.
The pressure gets to you and the ball just comes out low.
That was definitely Grover thrown. I said pressure at Grover's face. Just forced him to try to get that ball out.
Yeah, we did miss those, didn't we, Eric? 4th down.
10 to go.
Quarterback under center.
So why not run that play?
They're going to hand it. Hawkinsmith ate up by that defensive front. Come up with the stop. No gain on the play. Offense will take over. Calvert still with all 3 timeouts left.
I know.
And they'll take over at their own 32.
Bajent, then on the stop.
Well, let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. He's got some T-shirts to throw away here. We don't worry about the mic on this one. Let's just see how good Eric's arm is here today, huh?
Get the tossing him here.
Yeah, throw that right in the student section, huh? Yeah. Who's the bleacher creature today?
Gotta get back to the game here.
All right, and we're back to the game, back to the action. 1st and 10.
And Eric's on camera, so he underthrows it. Underhand throws it.
Carter Wolf on the reception. And he fights through a couple of tackles and gets it forward to about the 37-yard line, but they're going to be down to a minute to play here in the first half. You know, Austin said something about her wanting to throw some shirts. She said she wanted to show off her arm tonight. She's like, I played softball.
Well, with less than a minute to go, these Lucas Cubs, I think they're just trying to get out of the half.
I think so,
that
too.
That last drive, I just think on that 3rd down, you go with the trick play, you try to throw it. You should have just handed it off and set yourself up better on a 4th and short situation.
Thought they could catch him sleeping.
Coleman going to hand off. Warnament on the carry. Carries defenders with him up to the 45-yard line. That'll stop the clock momentarily until they get chain set with 28 seconds left here in the first half. And I believe Calvert's going to take a timeout here. Timeout called by Tiffin Calvert. 28 seconds left. They have 2 timeouts remaining. All timeouts brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We'll use this time and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little HUGOS, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Folks, when you hear those names, please remember them while you're out doing your shopping, while you're making your financial decisions, because they made their financial decision to support us, and you are able to watch our broadcast because of that financial decision. So please help us out by remembering our sponsors when you're out doing your shopping in the local area. What we do wouldn't be possible without them. 1st and 10, 4 receivers set. Coleman in the shotgun, takes the snap, slings it left side, has it out to his receiver. Complete, and that's Logan DeMoss.
See your black jerseys all just coming together there.
Yes, it was. Logan DeMoss on the reception. And they're going to call another timeout here.
Calvert did.
Yeah. Quick timeout as that moves the ball up to the 47-yard line inside Lucas territory. 16 seconds left.
What are they just hungry for points?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to call a timeout on the 47-yard line.
Well, and this is dangerous territory here, Tommy, because as a Browns fan, I've always kind of leaned towards the theory of if you have the ball, you have the lead.
Take it to the locker room.
Just take it into the locker room. You know what I mean? Like, just take it. Exactly. Yeah. And, I don't like to have any kind of premonition about anything, but,
as a Browns fan, you like to play it safe.
Exactly. And when you pass the ball, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Absolutely.
But the Senecas just trying to add on to their lead here as they try to tack on some more points before we head to the locker room. I believe they're out of timeouts now, so.
Look for some kind of pass, be towards the sideline by the 20, give them a chance at the field goal here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Four receivers set. Coleman rolls to his right, looking. Rolls to the left,
not there, don't
sets
throw
his
it.
feet
If it's
over the
not there,
middle,
don't throw it.
and it's intercepted. No, they're going to say incomplete as it hits the turf.
Rolling out, throwing across his body, right in the middle of the field, just stuff that make you go.
Tommy was scared during the play. He was like, if it's not there, don't throw it.
No, that's what you got.
Catch that one. I was trying to catch that.
It's like you were talking to a Browns game for a second.
Too much going on there for young Tucker Coleman there as he scrambles out of the pocket there, trying to get the play to develop. But these Lucas Cubs, they had a tremendous read on it.
Cubs going 4 deep here.
They're
Cover
still
4. Coleman gonna sling it right side, and it's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and about 2.
No, I don't hate that. That was just
3 seconds left.
That was just bring it up a little bit closer.
Yeah, you get that one and get out of bounds. You got about 2 seconds left probably, and you can take a closer shot at the end zone.
Yeah, that's about. And again, I believe that previous play was to try to set up maybe a field goal there, as they didn't really wait till him get in the end zone. They just kind of waited till he got into the red zone a little bit to try to throw that up. But man, that just we won't even go into that.
Yeah.
It's Calvert flirting with disaster here.
So they're going to keep the offense on the field here for this last 3 seconds. 4th and 2. And Lucas is going to take a timeout. Cubs going to talk this over. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. 21-0 Calvert. 3 seconds left before we head to the locker room. Folks, don't forget, stick around for the halftime show brought to you by our friends at Hope in Fostoria, where we will have the halftime marching band performance brought to you by our friends at Forte Music. It's all coming to you next.
I was going to say, and everybody's favorite segment that I know everybody missed last night.
That's right.
You didn't do it? I was going to say, me and Eric have the same last name. Not the first
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not Nostra Hall.
I don't think Nostra Eric works the same way. Oh, believe me, I racked my brain to see if I could think anything too.
Right.
To supplement while you were gone. I said, you just can't replace him, man.
I did use the on the call with Eric Hall yesterday. I did use that one.
Now you're going too far.
That's what is it, trademark infringement?
It is trademark infringement.
Now you're going too far.
4th and 2, 3 seconds left. This will be the last play of the first half.
That diamond look down.
See if we're getting any blockers out of that.
Coleman looking, slings it over the middle, and it's, right through the hands of the defender. Would have been an interception, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways unless he returned it back. That's the end of the first half. Tiffin Calvert leading 21-0 over the Lucas Cubs. We'll step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the halftime show brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. And we'll have the marching band performance presented by our friends at Forte Music. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Our next song was recorded in 1964, and this classic tune was featured in the Beatles film A Hard Day's Night. Jam along with us as the band finishes with Can't Buy Me Love. Now join us as we play the Lucas High School fight song. Marching Band would like to thank you for your continued support of our music program. Our students work extremely hard and they are proud to share their music with you tonight. Thank you to Calvert High School for hosting us this evening. Under the direction of Mr. Victor Welsh, the Calvert Marching Band and Color Guard will be performing a number of great selections for you tonight. With our theme, Songs You Love to Sing, please feel free to join in as you recognize these classic hits. Now sit back and buckle up for John Denver's Country Roads.
Here you go, bud. That's the note. Can you play it? I don't know where that's to take the stand and lead the band through our second song. Hand Clap is a song that was recorded by American indie pop band Fits and Tantrums. Popular among groups, clubs, and dance teams, we are sure you will enjoy our second tune. Keep an eye on our color guard for their flashy new dance routine. Hit it, band. we have an exciting song from 1980. Ozzy Osbourne is known for his work with the group Black Sabbath as well as his solo music career. This song was written by Ozzy and his guitarist, Randy Rhoads. Together they came up with the popular returning riff heard at the beginning and end of the song. This masterpiece was created by composing the music, then adding the lyrics later. Fascinated by collecting model trains, Randy Rhoads mentioned to Ozzy that parts of their melodies sounded like a train. Thus the title we know as Crazy Train was born. All aboard! Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Seneca Nation, the Calvert Marching Band.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, but you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope and Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope and Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope and Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeandfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Frost-Kalnow Stadium. We're here with the halftime show brought to you by Hope and Fostoria. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. We got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos, and a great A-plus crew on the call tonight with you, as Austin Rodriguez down on the sideline with a sideline camera, and Connor Roush up here on the main camera doing a great job, and Eric Hall on the sidelines for us tonight.
But we know what it's everybody's favorite time, Nate.
But it is time for everyone's favorite segment.
At least my favorite.
That's right. It's time for the prophecies of Nostradamus.
You ain't gonna find this anywhere else, folks. As again, you talk about we're here during halftime at Frost-Kalnow Stadium between the Lucas Cubs and the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. Senecas coming alive in that first half. 21 unanswered points, 21-0 here at the half. And Lucas really needs to make something happen coming out of the half, as Calvert is actually going to start off with the ball coming out to start this second half of action. So if you're Nostradamus, again, you don't really have to look into a crystal ball to know if Calvert comes out and is able to put points on the board, Lucas is going to start to have another enemy creep its head. Because once Calvert starts to roll, and I don't see them letting off on the gas, if this gets to a 30 deficit game, the running clock becomes another opponent that Lucas has to deal with, and that almost becomes that almost becomes the ball game at that point, especially with the way that this Lucas Cubs offense runs, that wing T style. It doesn't lend itself well, especially when you're trying to make up points here in the second half. So my predictions for this one, Nate, Tiffin Calvert Senecas, they got to make the most out of this opening possession to start the half, put some points on the board, and then again, you just keep your foot on the gas, allow the running clock to take care of things, and have your defense keep playing stout like they currently are as they're trying to pitch the shutout. But if you're Lucas, you got to cut away this deficit early. You got to come out on defense, get a stop, and get some points on the board to try to make up that deficit. Because, again, if this one gets out of hand and gets too far, it's going to be too little too late for the Cubs. And these Senecas are starting to knock on a chance at be 4-2 here at the week 6, going into the final stretch of what's a favorable schedule for the Senecas.
That's a great point, Tommy. As you start to get close to that playoff time, you're not only are you playing for playoff positioning, but you're also playing to kind of fine-tune everything you need to get fine-tuned before you get into the playoffs. And this is, I mean, you talk about offensive stats from this game, Tommy. I mean, go over some of these stats. Tucker Coleman's having himself a heck of a first half.
Yeah, we talked at the top of the game about how this offense has struggled. 0 points last week in the loss against Gibsonburg, less than 19 points scored over the last 3 games. And 3 times this season, Calvert has scored less than 10 points. One of those times they were able to eke out the win, but when it gets to the midpoint of the season and it gets towards playoff time, your offense really has to start coming together. Man, this offense is starting to come together with young signal caller Tucker Coleman here in that first half, 8 of 11 for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then you pair that with Cal Warnament's 10 rushes for 38 yards and that 1 touchdown. They're spreading the wealth. These receivers, they all have some input. John Schumacher, 56 yards. Xavier Kinnament, 49 yards. Logan DeMoss, 20. Carter Wolf, 20. And Xavier Kinnament and Schumacher both have a touchdown here tonight.
I was going to say, that's honestly one of my favorite things so far here tonight is this Calvert offense, how it hasn't been quick scores or just out of nowhere. It's been methodical drives, and they're really showing that they can put together these drives here tonight.
That's a good point. And then that's something that I feel like this defense has done such a great job for this Calvert team all season long. Really,
sometimes they're just out there too long.
That's the point that I wanted to make. It's like they really have most of the year, especially these last couple weeks, it seems like the defense has just been on the field just a little bit too long. And what they really wanted to do this week was try to set up some drives to be a little bit more methodical with their approach. Wow.
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, that opening kickoff nearly fumbled. The Senecas able to fall on top of it. I think it was Cameron Lucius that ends up falling on top of it for the Senecas. But, yeah, they need those sustained drives to keep that defense off the field.
And they're really putting it together here tonight.
I think so, too. I think it's been a great first half. They just need to keep it up. And they take over with offensive possession.
Yeah, it's definitely been a roller coaster season. If you're a Senecas fan, they came off of a loss last week. These Cubs, they were riding a 2-game winning streak coming into tonight.
And a handoff to Warnament. Nice cut back there as he cuts it over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Warnament in the first half had just under 40 yards rushing. He did have a touchdown on the ground. That's his 11th carry of the ball game there. Puts him at 40 yards total. Cameron Lucius with 3 for 3 on the extra point attempts in the first half. Lucas Stoltz had a punt for 36 yards. On defense, Xavier Kimmett had an interception. Carter Cook leads the way with 4.5 tackles. Coleman takes the snap, handoff.
Oh,
and
wow.
Boy, what a stop by that defense. Off the edge. Just pinned his ears back and came after the ball carrier.
Yeah, there you see
Just
second team All-Ohio Hawkinsmith making a huge stop as he was also pivotal towards the closing moments of that first half and running the ball for the Lucas Cubs, which I expect to get a heavy dose of him here in the second half in Hawkinsmith.
Yeah, it really seemed like it was working for him there for a minute.
They got Hawkinsmith down there in the end.
3rd down and long. Coleman rolls to his left, looking, slings it down the field. Oh, what a throw by Coleman. He finds Carter Wolf. And I tell you what, that was not an easy throw to make. Rolling to your left, squares his body, and throws that one on a rope right to Carter Wolf.
See if I caught that one here.
I believe they have a tight.
Yeah.
You see here on the blocking, Hawkinsmith, the back comes up, gives him some support, allowing Coleman to have all that time to get that throw out, and that's just nice blocking.
Excellent camera work there by both camera operators. Handoff, Cal Warnament. Good up to about the midfield marker. They'll push the ball actually up to the 49-yard line inside Cubs territory. A little skirmish at the end of that one. Referee's got to sort that out a little bit, saying, hey, enough of that, guys. Come on.
You know, emotions run high when, you're down 21 here starting the second half.
Oh, absolutely. And Senecas get the ball, and they're just moving the ball like they did in the first half. It gets a little frustrating on the defensive side of the ball. 8-yard gain sets him up with a 2nd and 2. 3 receivers set, shotgun formation. Coleman stands back there with 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff, Warnament follows his lead block. Gets it up to the 1st down marker, and the pile pushes him forward to about the 46-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Senecas.
Yeah, these Senecas, they couldn't find a 1st down last week, and this drive, 3 1st down conversions to start the second half, and that's what you need, Nate.
That's absolutely right, Tommy.
Long, sustained drives.
I do want to check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, here in just a little bit. I want to check in on the status of Cameron Moyer to see if he is out there on the field here to start this second half, because I don't see 77 out there on the sideline, so I don't know if he's in the game or not, or maybe he might be on the sideline, but we'll get an update after this. Cal Warnament on the carry.
Hawkinsmith.
Actually, that's Nolan Lee on the carry.
Comes off the edge, trying to chase down Lee from behind. Nolan Lee gives you another look. Definitely underutilized in that situation.
Send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. You got an update on Cameron Moyer for us?
Yeah, it might be hard for you to see because there's no 77 down here. You might see some gym shorts and a blue shirt. He's got his left knee wrapped up with some ice on it, so he's not coming back in this game.
There you go. There's your update on Cameron Moyer. Thanks again, Eric Hall, our sideline reporter. Excellent job down there. Handoff, and this one is Warnament. And he's got it up past the 1st down marker.
Hey, you see him on camera there. Kind of getting a good shot of him.
Great shot by Connor Roush. Hopefully it's nothing major. He seems to be able to stand on his own power, no problems so far. Not really putting any weight on it, though. But
he seems to be in good spirits there on his face. So just taking precautions, Gotta be careful with that kind of stuff.
Three receivers. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10. Ball at the 33. Coleman fakes the handoff, slings it right side through the hands of the receiver.
Oh, wow.
That was a forward pass. I was going to say, that shouldn't have been a fumble. So it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 coming up. DeMoss still heads up just to fall on top of it. He's like, I ain't taking no chances.
I was about to say there on the National Machinery replay, Calvert sometimes they had everything going for them offensively in this one. Talk about the 3 1st downs, but they just can't help themselves with that throw at the sticks.
It's worked, though. Tonight it's been effective. It hasn't really been effective all year, but tonight, with the Cubs playing that cover 4, they got a lot of cushion there at the line of scrimmage there.
Send a man in motion.
And a motion penalty, I think, is going to go against Tiffin Calvert. It's either that or I think it was a delay. So that'll push him back 5 yards. 2nd down and 15 coming up. Senecas Over 4 minutes on this drive here, 2nd and 15. Handoff, and plunges into the pile as Cal Warnament's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Big number 62 on the stop, Joey Culler.
Now they find themselves at 3rd down and 14 all of a sudden, guys. They were rolling down the field here for good for a minute.
That penalty kind of took the sails out of it, yeah.
Well,
They had no gain on the run on 1st down, and then the penalty pushed him back. 3rd down and long. They're going to hand it off the right side. That's Warnament. Actually, I think that's... Was that Warnament? I think it was. Cal Warnament on the carry. I try to have like identifying markers with these kids because the numbers are almost impossible to read from up here. So I try to have like identifying markers.
See here on the number.
That is Warnament. So it'll be 4th down coming up. They keep the offense on the field. Most likely going to try to get the defense to jump here, Tommy.
I mean, they picked up a good chunk of it there. It was 3rd and 14, 4th and 5 now.
It'll be a hard count here probably. No. Coleman's just going to take it. Slings it out to the left. It's incomplete.
Oh, wow.
And what a way for Lucas to stand tall defensively to open up the second half here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. That's exactly what you need out of the Lucas Cubs. Now the offense, they just got to get to work now. Calvert had a tremendous opening drive there. 6:51 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, but unable to come away with anything. I believe that's going to be the first Calvert turnover of the night.
Yeah.
So no points there on the end of that one, but you kind of still want to call that drive a win because, like you said, Tommy, they've already taken some off the clock with that 21-point advantage.
They had a receiver on that one, but Coleman just overthrows it. A little quick pitch to the running back. Boy, that defense is not biting on that, man. They are all over that play. And you're going to have a different defensive front here with no Cameron Moyer. Connor Moyer, of course, still up front. Cameron Bajent as well. But I believe that's number 70 coming in there on the defensive front. If I can get a sideline report down there. Is that the number there in the middle? There's number 70. A quick pitch to the running back once again.
A lot of big bodies there sent in the blocking space, Greg, as they just sent the running back off of him with Hawkinsmith.
So the Senecas are doing a great job of creating like a wall in defense there with no gaps for anybody to get through.
Who you got down there on the defensive line, Eric? I know it's 77 and 57. Who's the other? Or I'm sorry, 66, 57. Who's the other guy?
Yeah, you were right. 70.
All right, so there you have it. I believe that's Owen Seifert. I'm not sure because he's listed on the roster as number 50, but I don't see a 50 down on the sideline.
Yeah,
so I'm
with
gonna
these
guess
new jerseys, yep.
Seifert.
Some of the numbers change sometimes depending on the jersey they wear, remember?
Yeah. I know Warnament in the white jerseys is 21. At least it was.
You see the way they brought the defense up there on that play.
Big stop there by the Calvert defense. And they're going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, even you're down by 3 scores. And, I mean, Senecas just took 6 minutes off the clock on that last drive.
And the wet stuff might start playing a factor here.
Got a super fan watching.
But when you're up 21-0.
Well, Denise Finley over there watching from Lucas. Oh, the punt.
Wow.
He does get it away. But this one, going to take a Calvert bounce. It's still inside Lucas territory where the Senecas will take over at the Cubs' 46-yard line.
So they don't come out too bad there after giving up that turnover. Just moved them back downfield a little bit and got the ball back here right around midfield again.
Yeah, pretty much where they about where they gave it to Lucas.
Yeah, not too far from that. So once again, Seneca's defense stepping up big like they have all season.
That's the big bright spot of this Calvert Senecas squad is just how battle tested this defense has been. And now that you're starting to get the offense to wake up a little bit and start coming alive here at the midpoint, you're starting to see what this Seneca squad really can do.
4 receivers set. Coleman, handoff, Warnament. Boy, Hawkinsmith off the edge was just, I mean, straight beeline for the running back there. Nobody blocked him. Came off the edge like his hair was on fire.
Could you imagine if you had 11 of him?
Let's say that you talked about it there in the second quarter, Tommy. You said he was going to just put this game on his shoulders.
But Greg, it's still the second quarter.
And that's not on me. I'm telling you guys this again. They did this to me last night.
It's the same thing that happened last night.
Making me look like a fool.
This time we played almost the whole third quarter with it being the second quarter.
I didn't even see that until now either. I'm just as terrible. But yeah, Tommy touched on in the second quarter. He said this kid's going to put the game on his back. He's just going to go out there and do everything he can.
2nd and 8. Handoff, Warnament up the middle. Once again, picks up the first down. Tough running from the senior, Cal Warnament, as he's got it down to the 36-yard line. Actually, no, that's Nolan Lee on another tough run for the Senecas.
Yeah, they're kind of interchangeable the way they run so tough down there. It's hard to tell the difference.
Well, I had thought, okay, Nolan has a white rag hanging off his backside, so I thought, all right, that's a good way to identify him, but it's on the right side of his hip,
yeah,
so I mean, when he takes off and runs, I can't tell.
And it doesn't help that you're looking at a 24 and a 27. It ain't like their numbers are that different
either. 1st and 10. Handoff. And that's once again Nolan Lee on the carry. Just a couple on the play. Give him 3 up to the 33-yard line.
Seneca's just sitting in the driver's seat here in this third quarter.
Yeah.
You don't have to rush. You don't have to do anything. You got a nice lead here. Just run your game.
They've taken up most of this second half. I mean, this whole third quarter has been all Senecas on offense.
Well, here's the difference. You got to be used to having the lead. You got to play to win, not play not to lose. Senecas need to continue to do work here, especially on this drive after being gifted the ball back around the 50 after that.
A quick pitch to the motion man on a jet sweep. That's Schumacher on the run. Oh, wow, boy, he just blows through tacklers all the way down to the 25-yard line. You talk, that's a gauntlet run right there.
He should have been dead to rights. The Schumacher somehow finds a way.
Like he's running through one of those running back drills with the little arms.
That's exactly what it looks like.
That's one of those plays right there that just sucks me in as a fan, that I forget that we're running a show here and I'm just watching. I seen both camera angles and I was like, oh, and I didn't get to the replay in time because I was watching it.
Oh, trust me, I know.
You want to do the replay, Tom? It's not my fault. Austin has great camera angle down here that I can see. You can't see it.
4 receivers. Handoff. And I believe that was Nolan Lee once again, a little pushing and shoving after the play. That's going to earn the Cubs and a little extra laundry down there on the field.
Cubs saying it's against them.
Yeah, I seen that he pointed towards the Senecas.
I don't know.
But when don't they say that?
Yeah, you always plead your case.
You're never going to point at yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, it would be offsetting if they're going to call it one way.
Yeah, I think that's what he just said. Yeah, 2 personal fouls offsetting, getting chippy down there.
I think that referee's one of our fans online. I'm pretty sure he's messaged us a couple times online to kind of sort out some calls when we had some issues with rules, just clarifications. Yeah.
They would be the experts.
The offsetting penalties, which we called football in my day. Senecas get back to work here on 2nd and 6 from the 20.
And they're going to hand off to Warnament. And he breaks a couple of tackles. Actually, is that Nolan Lee? No, it's Nolan Lee once again on the carry. We haven't seen
the Warman's here on the side. I just seen him in the other shot. He's on the sideline.
Yeah, he is next to Coach Lento down there.
Getting some rest, probably.
Winner had a beat on Lee.
And he's had some success running the ball here in this third quarter.
See, we got our friend Barry Robinson back from last night giving us some more score updates.
I like that. Yeah, thanks to him, I barely had to look at my score stream app last night.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Sling it out right side. Coleman on the reception.
Oh, no block there that time.
Defense was right there to make the stop. Big time read there by Mason Gugold. They're going to say he did get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know how.
Wow, yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe they're just at the end, maybe when he fell forward.
Yeah, I think he made a step forward and then tried to make a football move to the outside.
Yeah.
I think he give him forward progress after.
Fourth down
Yeah,
here.
hit back.
Another fourth down here for the Senecas.
No, that's 4th and 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Another fourth down here for the Senecas.
Yeah.
Last time they had
a
a
1.
turnover on downs. Let's see if the Cubs defense can stand strong once again. I think they're going to let the play clock wind down, and Senecas will take a timeout.
We got a 3-score lead with 33 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And on this 4th down, presented by First National Bank of Sycamore, it's decision time, Nate.
That's right.
It's a huge 4th down play because if you're able to convert here, you can run this clock out into the 4th quarter and then put another score on and then really put this one almost out of reach. It's going to take a lot of work to try to make up 28 points in 8 minutes. But these Lucas Cubs, they're not going to go away quietly. This one, I think, might be a little bit far from over yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tommy. This is it's a big-time situation for that Cubs defense. But, you know, these Senecas, like you said, they pick up this first down here, it's a completely different ballgame. But this is one of those situations where you got to call the right play here.
Well, a lot of times these games, especially when you knew they were going to be close to the best, it all comes down to those little moments, those little things that you do the little things right, the big things will happen for you. And this is definitely a huge moment if you're the Lucas Cubs, but another situational down for Calvert that can change the complexion of this ball game here.
Ornaments in there. Number 27 in the backfield.
See, they move Carter Cook over to right guard here as Seifert takes over at center. Sling it left side, and Coleman's going to look back to the right. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. What a throw by Tucker Coleman.
Yeah, just a one-on-one matchup.
On 4th and 2,
there in the back of the end zone.
Tucker Coleman with ice water in his veins.
Ice water in his veins, right, Nate, as cool hand Tucker Coleman, as he's been given that moniker here during his freshman campaign. You see it right there. Nice one-on-one matchup there in the corner of the end zone. And Carter Wolf comes up huge for another Seneca score, and it puts this one potentially 28-0 here from Frost-Kalnow.
That's a great route ran there and a great throw. Put it right on him, right on the money.
Cameron Lucius knocks through the extra point. He's 4 for 4 on the night, and the Senecas lead 28-0 with 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Tommy, we talked about how important that down and distance was for both teams. Now the Senecas, I mean, look at this. You got a 28-point lead, 27 seconds left in the third quarter. I mean, game's not over yet, obviously. But, man.
Man, I have to tell you straight up, Nate, I had my reservations coming into this one, especially after seeing what the Senecas were unable to do last week against Gibsonburg. That's being skunked on the road, then being pushed around there in the second half. These Senecas here in this second half, that was the question I had. Could they last a full 48 minutes, go toe-to-toe? And this defense has really impressed me, but more importantly, this offense finally getting things underway, tying their season high of 28 points just here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that offense ate up that entire third quarter pretty much with, Lucas barely had the ball.
You made a point about that. I kind of thought of it as a win for the Cubs as they were able to deter and turn away the Senecas as they were marching. And
but then they couldn't make anything happen.
But they weren't able to make anything happen. A quick 3 and out. And, Greg, you said that might be a nice little win for the Senecas as they ate up about 8 minutes on that drive.
Yep, then they finished out eating up that quarter, and that defense is nice and rested now, guys.
That's right. Kickoff fielded at the 12-yard line.
Oh,
and
whoa, nice.
Coverage unit all over the return man as Will Weitzel unable to make anything happen there. That Calvert return that return coverage team was all over that one.
And Logan DeMoss was almost there to meet him.
Hey, bounced off the very first one, but then there was 2 more black jerseys there.
Right there, you see DeMoss.
Boom.
slows the return man up just enough for the Senecas to clean up. And now Lucas, they're going to put the hard hat on and pack their lunch because this is going to be a hard day's work.
Well, and Tommy, you can't really
From
go
the 16.
You can't go back to that bunch offense trying to run the ball. I mean, you're down by 4 scores. You got 1 quarter left. You got to put the ball in the air. Grover rolls to the left. Looking. He's going to have to take off, and he throws it, and it's over the middle, incomplete. I mean, I think he was right at the line. I don't know, man. I thought he was past the line, and that's where the flag comes in, right there at about the hash mark of the 16-yard line. I think he was past the line of scrimmage there when he got rid of that ball.
That's what I'm thinking, too. I kind of looked at the down marker there, and I said, I think he went across that there.
Senior quarterback Bobby Grover, 5'7", 135 pounds, trying to get outside the pocket so he can see downfield, see his targets. He just was trying to find some room there to get rid of the ball. That defense was all over him, Tommy. Bobby Grover, senior quarterback, brings the play in from the sideline. Cubs down 28-0 to the Senecas here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Boy, Alabama's blowing out Georgia, 28-0 in the second quarter. Wow.
Low snap there. Oh, man. And Calvert Senecas there to meet him once again.
And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Your score, Tiffin Calvert 28, Lucas nothing. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency, providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Sam Schelt-Palm, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. We've got Greg the Wizard Kinn on the 1s and 2s, Connor Roush on the overhead camera, Eric Hall down on the sidelines running the sideline camera as Austin Rodriguez prepares her throwing arm. And she gets ready to throw out some Bleacher Creature shirts here in just a minute. But Cubs have the ball third and long. Bobby Grover rolls to his left looking to throw it down the field, and he's got a receiver.
Oh, wow, it's going to be close.
And I think that's going to be pretty close. It should be a first down if he comes down with it. Saying incomplete, and there's a flag back here at about the 10-yard line. I don't think they completed that pass.
That's what I was thinking. It's going to be close if he got in bounds there or not. But
we'll see the flag. What was the flag back there?
He did.
Personal foul.
There we go.
Roughing the passer on the defense. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it will move the chains for the Cubs. So that would have been a fourth down stop, Tommy.
And instead now the Cubs breathe new life into this drive.
All right, we'll send it down to our sideline reporter here in just a moment.
Yeah, that drive was on life support, Greg. And, man, that penalty there brought the paddles out.
So the Lucas Cubs have it at their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Bobby Grover
fakes it.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna.
That's a nice fake.
Hands it off to Hockensmith, and Dan Hockensmith has it up to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I got both of you cameramen.
Yeah.
Pay attention out there.
And they're going to try the hurry-up offense, so I'm not sure if we'll have time in between plays here to get this in, but we'll get to it when we can.
Yeah, back to that roughing the passer call, guys. It doesn't really surprise me if you see how long he held that ball, waiting for somebody to get open. So those kind of things happen there.
Quarterback Bobby Grover in the shotgun, low snap, snags it with one hand. Now he's going to step up, trying to take off and run for it. And the defense slings him down in the backfield. As Cal Warnament in there to make the stop.
Immediately rallies the troops, though.
And quickly, the defense back up to the line. Offense ready to run the next play here.
Tell ya, Bobby Grover, he's tough as shoe leather, brother.
Boom, just throws him to the ground there.
Popped right back up.
Yep. Ready for more here on 3rd and 6.
Grover rolling to the right, looking.
Time.
Excellent coverage downfield. Oh, wow. What a play!
Yeah. And into
Defender tips it into the hands of his teammate. And that should be a face mask.
Yeah, there's a flag.
And
There's another face. There's another penalty at the end of that one.
Oh, come on,
this thing's
guys.
got more flags than the UN summit.
Oh, my goodness.
A little too much fun down there, guys. We're having a little too much fun. Come on, rein it back just a little bit, huh?
No.
Tommy says, no.
Let's see if we caught that replay here. I'm going to take a look.
This is what
Oh, my goodness.
This is what you call
tip to the other defender.
Yeah, that was such a great play.
And you'll see here,
frustration.
right at the end, whips him down by the helmet.
Oh, and then the late hit at the end of that one, too.
I didn't catch all that one, but
That might be an ejection there, though.
That's
automatic.
Getting real testy down there.
Ornament.
Because that's going to be the discussion here, though, is that hit after Greg. That's definitely
Yeah. You can't call that one as like, oh, it happened during gameplay, emotions ran high. That was after the play. So, yeah, it's a lot of discussion to be had about that.
Yeah, because if that's some kind of target now, that's going to be a disqualification. That's going to be a game suspension.
See what the refs say here. Here we go. During the return. So they had offsetting after the face mask?
Yeah, so there was a face mask at the end, but then the offsetting penalties.
There's a personal foul and then the cleanup.
I think that eradicates the face mask, doesn't it?
I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on something I don't know, but I mean, you see, if you get
it
two
doesn't, 'cause they
offsetting,
moved the
you
ball
think
up.
the one would still count. Yeah.
Learn the rules. Come on, man.
3 penalties on that.
Supposed to know every rule in the rule book.
That's
Come
what
on.
I'm saying. If you offset the other two, then you still got
that's
one
what
left
I
over.
said. You're going to get the face mask here.
If you're going to be on the air, you better know everything.
That's what I always say. Apparently, a lot of people don't get the memo.
Yeah, come on, Byron.
Yeah. Let's see here. What are we at the? We'll go ahead and say that's the red zone. All right, on the 20th.
3 receivers set. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Tucker Coleman takes the snap. Handoff. And I believe that is Nolan Lee on the carry. Got it down to about the 14-yard line.
Lowering those shoulders and barreling forward.
We should have some time to be able to send it down to our sideline reporter here, as I don't think they're going to be in any kind of hurry on this side of the ball here. But we'll see after this play if we can send it down, catch Austin's throwing power in action. Some action shots.
At least Seneca's looking to.
Nolan Lee on the carry. Actually, I
Still
don't think
going.
that's Lee.
Oh, wow. He's going to carry it into the end zone.
Into the end zone.
That's 14, I think, ain't it?
That is Cam Lucius on the carry. Punches it in from 14 yards out. Cam Lucius says, I'm tired of kicking for points. Let me get some points on the ground. What a run by Cam Lucius there.
Yeah, I thought he was down for sure. Oh, Coach Woody catch it all there. I thought he was down for sure on that one, guys, and then he just kind of kept going, kept the legs turning.
All right, after this extra point, we'll send it down to our sideline reporter.
Man, talk about the effort. And now, guys.
Running clock.
Yep, there
Now,
it is.
Tommy, you talked about that. Nostradamus' predictions. Isn't that what you said?
And predictions how it's going to be, as you see the Senecas now tag on that extra point. 34-0, and now the running clock rears its ugly head as another opponent for the Lucas Cubs.
Oh, Tommy Valancourt over here.
All right, well.
Prediction, that's what's going to be.
Tommy Valancourt. Well, let's see.
Austin's ready.
Oh, Rico Rodriguez here.
She's ready. I want to see you put a hole through that concrete.
Oh, short on that one.
Come on, softball.
Get some arm under it. Oh, right into the umbrella.
Come on,
That one looked good.
There we go. That was a good one right there. I like that one.
The very first one was a little sketchy. The last two were on point.
Well, she underthrew the first one, then hit the girl in the face on the second one.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, that's why I gave it a perfect score. Hit in the face, I mean,
Yeah.
Come to
that's style points.
Come to a Calvert game, get yourself a Bleacher Creature t-shirt, a black eye, and a nice win at home.
And if you're Seneca Sioux, you get to take home a cowbell.
She is absolutely loving this cowbell.
I bet.
Well, here's the biggest thing, though.
It's like giving a toddler one of those little keyboards, you know, like, I swear she's going to be all over that cowbell.
Yeah, Jeff Hammer looked at us like a disappointed dad.
Exactly.
And he's like, why did you give that to her?
Oh, come on now, Jeff. You take pictures now, but the sound doesn't bother you.
The Senecas will kick off here.
That'll go out of bounds. You know, the Cubs will take over at their own 35-yard line. 8:44 left to play, and the clock will continue to roll here, Tommy.
And as I was about to praise the Senecas, I mean, there you see it. That's the one thing the Senecas still trying to clean up is all the penalties and miscues that they have. But if you look at this one, Nate, the Senecas, they just did what they were called to task to do. When you're playing against the Cubs, you talk about 3 turnovers committed by Lucas here tonight that resulted into Seneca's points. 21 points off turnovers thus far for the Senecas, and then you couple that with the offensive production. It's been a night here. It's a pitch out. It's a winner.
Pitch to the outside, and that is
Number 11?
Allegacy Rose. Gross. There you go. Allegacy Gross, the ball carrier. I'm sure I'm not saying that name right. Allegacy.
A legacy.
A legacy. That's probably what it is.
That name just got a lot cooler.
Yeah, a lot cooler.
Greg, you definitely leave a gross legacy.
Jeez. Third down coming up here, 3rd and 2.
So how was your Cedar Point trip yesterday?
Yeah. Did you ride a blue streak? We said you were riding the blue streak while we were there covering the blue streaks.
I rode a few rides, got kicked off a few.
Didn't make it onto one?
Yeah.
Kicked off a few.
There's a few.
Once again.
Oh, wow. I thought he was going to get
And
that
another
one.
stop by the Senecas in the backfield. They try to give Gross the ball here.
That defense is just flying to the ball here tonight, Tommy.
Again,
you talk about, I mean, look at the last 3 games before this game. They gave up a combined 16 points in 3 games.
Yeah, the defense has been fantastic. They've just been called to task too often in these games up until this one. Nobody's taking, everybody's just taking their time. Oh, it's 4th and 1 here. We're going to end up taking the clock down here. Yeah.
And the Cubs going to take a timeout here. Ball marked at the 44-yard line when we come back from this timeout, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's use this time and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, bring this broadcast to you live and paywall-free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, the Advertiser-Tribune, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. 6:17 left to play in the ball game. Senecas lead 35-0 over the Lucas Cubs. Tommy, I'll be honest, this is not the outcome I was expecting here tonight, really. I was expecting to see a back-and-forth ball game between these two teams. I mean, they've evenly matched coming into both of them 3-2 on the season.
Oh, try and go up the middle there.
And I think they might have got it. They should have the first down. Right at the 45-yard line is where they'll mark the ball. That should move the chains.
Well, we always talk about iron sharpens iron, especially in both these teams' leagues. But Gibsonburg really taking it to the Senecas was a wake-up call last week on the road. And then you talk about the Lucas Cubs. I said, are they better than your average Bears? That was my question there, Greg, because you talk about the win over Willard and their other previous win. Both squads, I think they have a combined 2 wins between them. So you really don't get to really see what your team's capable of in those situations. It's when the game's on the line and your back's against the wall is when your team truly shows up.
Yeah, and the 3 wins that they have this year, their opponent's record so far, 3-14. And the 3 wins that they have. And then the 2 losses they have, their opponent's record 10-2.
Well, you touched on it, Nate. After facing Gibsonburg last week, I think that really did have a profound effect on this team of knowing what's coming and being more prepared for it here in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. 2nd down and 7. Gross on the carry once again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the first down at about the 47-yard line. Couple of substitutions here as.
So one thing you like about this Lucas Cubs squad is you got the new head coach Sweat over there in his first season, but he's got a lot of raw and young talent to work with here with the Lucas Cubs.
Gross, the ball carrier, once again picks up the first down to the 43-yard line. Kind of surprising to see the Cubs really not showing much urgency here.
Oh, he's down there on the field now.
I got a injured player down on the field. I think that is Gross on the field right now. Hopefully he's all right. We'll step aside, take a quick time out. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
Welcome back to Frost-Kalnow Stadium. 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
It started moving as soon as you started talking.
Exactly. Running clock in effect here as Seneca's leading 35-0 over the Lucas Cubs. Grover with the quick pitch to the running back. And I believe that is a new running back here, as that's Brady Anschultz on the carry. I think that's number 2, right?
Yep.
Freshman running back, 5'10", 150 pounds. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, as we'll have the Fantasy Focus show for you tomorrow morning. Starts right around 10 a.m. If you have any fantasy football lineup questions, make sure you shoot those lineup questions over to us on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And depending how angry you are, it might have a Browns podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll see. We'll see. Last week, I didn't hear from either of you guys, so I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're just not going to do one.
Well, if I was fit to be tied, I could only imagine what you were going through.
We were down here at the youth football game. I don't know. I was having a great time last Sunday until I came home and watched the rest of the Browns game. Then I'm like,
I thought tomorrow was the John Sherman Fantasy Focus Hour.
Well, John's not even going to be there tomorrow.
Of course not.
It'll be Kyle and Javel on tomorrow morning with me.
So like last week, Nate told me everybody's schedule is kind of conflicted, and John was the only one available. I said, what's going to be the John Sherman Fantasy Focus Hour?
And then this week, he's the only one that can't be there. 1st and 10. Cubs have it.
First
Well,
pitch out
trickery
again.
here. What would you call that? Is that a reverse pitch?
Sounds good.
Right. Little wingback pitch.
So oop-de-oop.
Eric?
Have you noticed the Isaac sighting yet?
Is Isaac in the game?
Yes, sir.
I hadn't even noticed. So my boy's in the game playing some defense.
Oh, I see him there.
Get your nose in there.
Whoa. Ball come flying out the end there.
Number 2, Brady Anschultz.
I think shot out of his arms.
Brought down by number 54, Jack Morris.
He didn't know if he was going to get some playing time tonight.
Yeah, see him there. Kind of got him on the camera there.
The 3rd and 3 for
That nepotism shot out of here.
Come on now. Come on. He earned his way on the field.
How everybody does. That's what I love about these Calvert Senecas, and just watching these young men mature, but also watching your boy through the years become quite an athlete himself.
A quick pitch to the right side.
That's a big boy.
And that is Cooper Day on the carry. Sophomore fullback, 5'11", 165 pounds.
There you go.
Got a tackle, got in on the stop there. Ball at the 18-yard line.
Boy's got a varsity stat line now.
He had a tackle last year, too. Remember in the Lakota game?
Yeah. One on
Shove out of bounds.
the sideline. Yeah.
Grover, quick pitch to the running back once again. Defender comes into the backfield to make the stop. Is that Logan DeMoss? That is. But he was quick off the edge.
Well, these Lucas Cubs, they were able to put together a drive, but it came too little too late, as just the 35-point deficit, the running clock, all really played their role into the Lucas Cubs getting dispatched here
double
at Frost-Kalnow
backflip.
Stadium.
A double backflip on the field back there. We missed it. What an impressive win today by the Calvert Senecas. Folks, I just cannot say enough about this win. This is what Calvert Senecas football is supposed to look like under Mike Lento. I guarantee that's what he's going to tell those boys in the locker room. What a complete game from start to finish for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with the post-game show brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union, and we'll have our player of the game. You're not going to want to miss that, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Senecas victorious here tonight over the Lucas Cubs. Your final score 35-0. Tiffin Calvert putting it all together. Offense, defense, and special teams tonight. Everything was clicking for the Senecas as they come away with a victory to move to 4-2 on the young season. Actually, it's not a young season anymore. We're 6 weeks in, going into week 7 now, fellas.
Oh, my goodness.
How does this time go so fast every year? But wow. What a ball game here tonight for the Senecas. And for Lucas, it's going to be a long bus ride home, man, because I tell you, their coaches have probably got to be pretty frustrated. You start out with, Senecas got a really quick lead there. They got the stop on defense. They get the offense going. They get the 7-0 lead. And then, Tommy, it just felt like the wheels kind of fell off for the Cubs from that point on. Because when they're playing from behind, that offense just doesn't work the same.
Yeah, and I said on paper this one, I felt I had my reservations. I thought Lucas was definitely a team on the up and up. And that's not to say that they're not. They were able – I just felt like Calvert came out of a loss against Gibsonburg. They really needed this win here at home, especially after getting dispatched by Gibsonburg 10-0, or by not being able to score any points last week. And then to come out here tonight in front of the home crowd in what I believe was going to be your biggest test up to week 10 when you play Hopewell Loudon. I felt like this schedule from week 6 on kind of favored the Senecas in a way, and Lucas was that hurdle that the Senecas really needed to get over. And tonight, it just amazed. They then not only hurdled it, but they stuck a pole vault on the ground and leapt way over the benchmark here tonight as they were able to put up 35 points. And like you said, Nate, all 3 phases of the game came together for Mike Lento and his squad to take care of business here at home, 35-0.
That was the most points surrendered by this Cubs defense all year. As coming into this one, they had only surrendered 30 was the high mark for this Cubs defense. Now Senecas put up 35 here tonight. But,
that's
a high mark for the Senecas offense as well, 35 points.
Good job.
What an outstanding performance. Great job, Eric. All right, well, we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope and Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope and Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope and Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeandfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Once again, your final score, 35-0 Tiffin Calvert over Lucas. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall up here in the press box with you. Tommy, any final thoughts here before we wrap this one up?
No, it just is a exciting way to see this Jekyll and Hyde type of mentality by these Calvert Senecas, as last week, unable to get on the scoreboard against Gibsonburg. And then 3 times during this season, Calvert unable to score 10 or more points. And tonight, their season high, 35 points there on the board to dispatch Lucas here at home. And going into the bulk of their schedule, Tiffin Calvert definitely has some favorable matchups, but they're going to have to execute like they did tonight, especially with the young signal caller Tucker Coleman playing lights out like he did en route to a victory here at home. And that Week 10 matchup between Calvert Senecas, I know we always like to look week to week, but that's going to be a marquee matchup to keep an eye out for here in the SBC River as this season continues to wind down, and things are just getting heated up as we get ready for postseason play. But right now,
there.
I believe we do have our player of the game as cool hand Tucker Coleman, the signal caller, the freshman signal caller for the Calvert Senecas, gets ready to join us here as you're watching the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Tucker Coleman, nice to have you on.
Thank you.
I was just singing your praises.
Yeah.
But congratulations tonight on a huge game. The defense able to show up and show out, pitching the shutout, but most importantly, the offense coming alive and putting some things together to dispatch Lucas 35-0, and 21 of those points scored off of drives after the turnover. So take us through a lot of that here tonight. What were you communicating down to your guys as you guys took that first lead?
We just had our quick passes all night, and we just through those we had our advantage on our receivers from the defense, and we played really well.
Was that something you guys saw on film to take advantage of? Because I feel like you've tried to get that going all season. You try to get those quick passes going, that diamond set that you have with the 4 receivers. I've seen that a few times, but it just hasn't been there. Is it just a matter of repetitions and you guys just getting the opportunities to get it to go? Or maybe you saw something on film with this defense that you want to try to take advantage of?
Yeah, so after the first drive, we saw on film that we had the advantage, and we know our receivers can block, and we know our O-line can block, and we just took advantage.
So, young man, take us through the journey from when you started your youth career to now. You started youth football as a 5th grader, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let you play quarterback. You were too big.
Yep, center and right guard.
As much as I begged everybody in youth football, let this kid play quarterback, please. He doesn't even have to move. Just let us snap the ball to him and let him throw the ball. That's all I wanted. But they wouldn't let us do it. And you played skill position these last 2 years in junior high. This is your first real chance at playing quarterback. Just talk about the maturity that you've went through since last year to this year, and just how much different it is being the starting quarterback.
Yeah, it's different. Last year I played more of a receiver position, and yeah, this off season we've been just working really hard with everyone. Go down the field, and we just work.
Yeah, and you guys did put in a lot of work this offseason. Now, new coaching staff, new coaches, and Todd Simons is a big voice down there on that sideline. Talk about what kind of an impact he's made on you as a young player.
Yeah, he's great. He's helped me mature and everything, and he just helps me with film and my reads, and he's a great coach.
It's got to be a great resource to have on the sideline to be able to go to, talk to when you see things on the field.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys have a connection going with, you got a couple of different receivers you like to spread the ball around to. Xavier Kimmett had a touchdown tonight. Carter Wolf had a touchdown. John Schumacher had a touchdown. You like to spread the ball around. You got a lot of different receivers. You've had some trouble over the first couple weeks trying to get that ball out, but tonight, man, really put it together. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Talk about the mentality going into these last 4 games. What's your mindset, man?
Yep, we can't take anyone easy. We just have to keep working every day, keep lifting, keep getting stronger. We just gotta, keep working.
That's right. Keep working. Keep working. All right, young man, any shout-outs you got to give tonight, man?
I want to shout out my family, my team, my coaches, and Liam Herbert and Emmanuel Marino and Dr. Lyons.
There you go. Big-time shout-outs for a big-time player. Big-time performance tonight from young Tucker Coleman. He takes home our Player of the Game award, and that'll earn him a free T-shirt, courtesy of our friends at STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. And then he'll also get to take home a $10 gift card to Little HUGOS. And there you go.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, young man. What a great game for the Senecas and a great game for you yourself as well. Outstanding performance tonight. All right, we are done here. That's it, folks. 35-0 was your final score. Tiffin Calvert over Lucas. For Greg Kinn, Tommy Hall, Eric Hall, Connor Roush, and Austin Rodriguez, I'm Nate Mullins signing off. You've been watching the Heart of Ohio Sports Adrenaline stream right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Have a great day, everybody.